it's just like hearing somebody who never put on the uniform themselves. In fact, actively avoided it with bone spurs.
Here we go.
Teach.
Now trying to lecture me
That's
as
right.
someone who's actually a combat veteran about what is the usage for the National Guard. But this is our world right now.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
This is not about R's and D's anymore. We're not Republicans and Democrats. We're either human beings or we're not. Those are the two categories. We have boiled it down. Not even American or not. We're either human beings or we're not. Are you a human being? You better get on the right side of history right now, because this is about your common humanity. Good news again on the good news front. There is a court that tossed out a lawsuit by Trump against Maryland. Now, we're seeing a lot of stuff with the governor of Maryland and Trump lying, saying that Wes Moore said he was the best president in the history of America. That was when you said it, when it came out of his mouth with a straight face, everybody was like, where? Then they tried to find a video of him, Wes Moore, being gracious and kind to this cretin in public because he came, there was a disaster. He's coming to help. And so Wes Moore wasn't rude, but he didn't say that he was the greatest president. He was just kind to him. Damn. Out here lying. So Wes Moore, so they've been going back and forth. Matter of fact, should I play a little bit? I've been holding on to these clips for a while where Trump said something about Wes Moore, and then Wes Moore responded on Urban View Mornings. So let's play that before I get to what the courts have done, which is optimistic. Play the Trump remark about Wes Moore.
I heard this character from, where was he from? They talk about him as a candidate. He's got no chance. The governor of Maryland, I watched him this morning saying that the governor of Maryland, yeah. They say maybe he'll be a president. He's not presidential timber at all. But I heard him today talking about how the National Guard, well, the military is not trained in police, but they're trained in common sense, and they're trained in not allowing people to burn down buildings and bomb buildings and shoot people, all of the things. They've done a great job. Again, if we didn't send them, and very importantly, if we didn't send them into Los Angeles, the rest of Los Angeles would have been burned down to the ground.
Oh, my God. The lies, the absolute lies. Again, Maryland's crime is down. Baltimore in particular, down. There's nothing, nobody's burning anything. No, nothing's happening. You're a liar. That needs to be more commonplace, by the way, calling it out. Total lie. So Wes Moore was on Urban View Mornings a couple of mornings ago. And this is what he said to this.
Thank you, Governor, for joining us.
You
know you're it when cats start fronting like they don't clock your every move, using language like character and saying where was he from, only to then turn around and state your proper title, followed by admitting that they follow you. So you know that you it right.
It is a wild new world, and you know what's really crazy is that when the president started attacking me yesterday, I did not hear it live because I was actually in the Eastern Shore opening up a new health clinic in rural Maryland.
Doing the work.
So actually,
you at work.
The work.
Yeah.
We were actually doing the work,
on
actually
the job.
bringing healthcare, on the job. Yeah. And then I come back and they're just like, the president just went at you from the Oval Office. And even and the thing about it is that he continues to show that every time he speaks to justify something, he makes himself sound even more ignorant.
No,
right.
It was absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
And and to listen to him talk about how I didn't know what I was talking about because people in the National Guard, quote unquote, have common sense. And first of all, I didn't realize common sense common sense was the justification for militarized action.
Yes, sir.
Right. But okay, putting that off to the side, it's just like hearing somebody who never put on the uniform themselves. In fact, actively avoided it with bone spurs.
Here we go.
Teach.
Now trying to lecture me
That's
as
right.
someone who's actually a combat veteran about what is the usage for the National Guard. But this is our world right now.
Now, did your follower count go up at least? Because we heard that happens too when he mentions names. Did you at least did your platforms go through recently?
Unqualified to be president, out of the mouth of someone absolutely unqualified to be president, a person that doesn't even know what's in the Constitution, probably has never read the Constitution, probably can't read the Constitution. I challenge them to read out loud from any book that's not a children's book with pictures. Westmore is more than qualified. I don't know if he would be elected because, unfortunately, in this country, you don't need to be qualified to be president, obviously. You don't need to be accomplished, obviously. You don't need to have integrity, obviously, or character or moral fiber. You don't need to have any of the good things to be president of the United States. All you need is to either suborn the vote, suppress the vote, or get more people to vote for you than the other guy. That's it. That's all you need. All you need is for good people to decide, I'm going to sit this one out because I don't like either side. That's all you need to be president of the United States, is for good people to make a determination that it's not worth their time to vote, or for good people to decide they're going to stir things up and vote for a third party person because I don't like either side, without understanding civics. There's only two parties. You got two choices, unfortunately. And now is the time, if you want there to be a third party, to create one. And not one where the person who you are getting behind, whether it's a Jill Stein or Cornel West, will sit their asses down after the election because it was just a grift for them anyway. Prove me wrong. Where are they? Where are your third party candidates who are so concerned about Gaza and everything else? Where are they today? Please step up. I want to hear from you. You that voted for them. Where are you today? And all you who folded your hands and fee-fi-fo-fummed and sat home because of Gaza and this and that and she's the feds and this and that, not understanding the larger picture of the Supreme Court and Congress and how laws are made and how your life is impacted by the federal government because you got loans, student loans and all these other things. You didn't understand civics. And it's not your fault. They've designed it for you to be wildly ignorant, but you don't have to stay in that ignorance. It's fixable. Fix your ignorance, fix your ignorance, fix your ignorance. We need you to fix your ignorance. We need that. And just to give you some Westmore background, all right? He served. He didn't have bone spurs. He was a former U.S. Army officer, okay? He's the governor, 63rd governor of Maryland. He's a Rhodes Scholar, went to Oxford. He has a master's degree. Then he went to the Army, CEO of Robin Hood, the Robin Hood Foundation. He was the CEO of Robin Hood, okay? This is not somebody that is not without the ability to lead this nation. And he's definitely doing a swell job in Maryland. He's not perfect. Nobody is. These are politicians. They're not your friends. They're not your cousins. They're not your family members. They are tools for rights and resources. And if you're not using them, that's on you. So here we are. So as I was telling you, a federal judge today threw out a Trump administration lawsuit against Maryland's entire federal bench in a ruling that underscored the extraordinary nature of the lawsuit, slamming it as potentially calamitous. U.S. District Judge Thomas Cullen, who Donald Trump nominated, this is one of his judges, said this is too much. He also criticized the administration's attack on the judiciary, saying in a footnote that the White House and White House officials in recent months had described judges as rogue, unhinged, and crooked, among other epithets. And he was like, although some tension between the coordinate branches of government is a hallmark of our constitutional system, meaning that they're supposed to be they're supposed to be checks and balances to one another. Each branch, independent of its own, having its own power, checking the other branches. But what we have right now is unprecedented. We have an executive branch that completely controls the judiciary on the federal level and has the damn legislative branch in a chokehold. We could do something about that in the midterms next November. The courts are forever. You missed the boat on that with the Hillary Clinton thing. Y'all didn't like her. I ain't like her either. I don't need to like her. I just need to know that she had three. She would have had 3 Supreme Court seats. That's all I needed to know. And I was like, that's enough to run a Boston. I was right. And I don't want to be right. I want us to be righteous, all of us. So he said, although there's some tension between the coordinate branches of government, that's a hallmark of our constitutional system, this concerted effort by the executive to smear and impugn individual judges who rule against it is both unprecedented and unfortunate. This is one of his nominees. So here we go. It's time to step up.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We